欢迎上单 The Shy。欢迎打野微微。欢迎中单小虎。欢迎下路 Light。欢迎辅助 Crisp。欢迎主教练 Danny。
Team in contention for qualification to Worlds. OMG are sitting as sore losers on the outside of the pit here, but the competition came together, or will NIP's miracle run continue chucking on through the LPL Summer playoffs?
30秒到达战场，碾碎他们。
In terms of the lanes, really have to see if
an instant start of the Dragon?
I don't know if this is going to be instant start of the Dragon. This might be an instant look towards bot lane to force out something again, because there's no cleanse on Photic.
They gotta make it happen. Nice Zenith Blade flash there from Crisp, and Weiwei has arrived. They got a TP coming in from behind, though, and that's pretty big. They're gonna go with the flash in first blood to Weibo. That is big, but the rocket grab back. Crisp in some trouble now with Angel's help. Crisp might go in, though, as whoa, get a little bit low. Angel actually put back by the Vault Breaker, has to flash. Oh my god! Light gets the big ticket! And that's another capitalization by Weibo. It's 2-0.
You can't let Light through to the wave too much. Look, he's got way too much gold already.
Really, Summoner's Rift imitates real life. You know, we're just passengers on this wonderful ride. But speaking of passengers, we got some likely movers in the top side. Invincible in some trouble, does get the riposte off, but the season assist comes right back. Paranoia popped, and that immediately turns Weibo off the play.
That riposte is key from Invincible, but there's so many pieces of CC. You have to try and riposte. Invincible, very lucky to not get 100 to 0 through the CC chain. Shadow first ultimate of the game. It's not an aggressive one, but it does save his top laner. We'll see what that ends up leading to. It is going to mean that NIP can't contest the Herald, so another neutral objective, which they would have liked to get, not going to be on the table for them. So that's going to go into the hands of Weiwei. If you can then put that into Light, who's already controlling every lane, well,
my
that's
goodness.
a play mid lane.
Angel Pop Blossom, he has the flash after this coming up very, very shortly. It's not up yet, though. Oh, man, beautiful timing from Weibo. I typically really like the Leandri's build here.
Yeah.
I can see why you go with some of that protection from Xiaohu,
Right.
though.
We're having an item talk. Okay, so we're going to sit you down here and just say there's nothing to proc the crown very easily besides Nico Q, particularly in team fights around objectives. That will become impactful. 3v3 towards bot side, potentially starting to erupt. Crisp going.
Oh my goodness. Shadow pulls the spell shield, and that's big. Now double TP's coming in from both sides. Crisp is already gone. Cease and desist in. You got to watch out for that Pop Blossom right back, though. And it's NIP finding a fight, picking off two members. They actually get Zhuo those two kills, so maybe not exactly where the gold needed to go, but that leads to the Dragon.
That's the richest Blitzcrank I ever did see. 2 kills on his way to an Everfrost at that point, and you can see how willing these players are to follow up on the big plays towards the bot side of the map. Teleport's immediately blown, ultimate's immediately blown. NIP, they're behind in gold, but they're still ready to throw a bunch of
Weibo is just that much easier to achieve.
I think it's much more easy in terms of playing through lanes as well. They have so many pushing lanes. Up until Invincible starts potentially taking over this Cassante matchup, NIP are going to be shoved in across the board, and you can see that Invincible is going to take them a little while. The Shy's been doing fine in this matchup, has himself Iceborne and that Bramble Vest, and now Weibo, they're playing on less lanes.
No.
It's good because it's going to the enemy jungle.
The amount of CC from just 2 members of Weibo is just too much for Angel to bear. He goes down.
Weibo make the correct play. They know the Herald's spawning, and they don't play on multiple lanes when the Nocturne ult is up. They go into the enemy jungle, so there's always members ready to respond to the next play that happens. I think now NIP have to just leave the area, and sadly for them, they're going to give up a top tower, they're going to give up a second Herald, which I'd imagine would be used to break up in the mid lane outer tower, and suddenly these players...
NIP will start that one up, but Weibo, they want to be here, they want to put up a fight.
If it flaps like a bird and flies like a bird, maybe it's a bird. No, it's a dragon.
Freeze fire
it's going
like
down
a bird.
Right now.
Wait, that's not
NIP,
a bird.
They need to win this fight. If they don't get this soul point, this game is very hard for them to play out. This is a very important fight for them to at least get the objective in.
Look at the Shy. The Shy on the flank here makes so much pressure on the backline of NIP.
Down.
Angel over on the side. He's waiting for a Pop Blossom. There's a Paranoia, but they haven't pulled the combo yet. They're just going to go straight into the back of the pit, but Light goes over the wall with that arcade shift. And look at the Shy. He's pulling off Invincible. This is a pick-apart fight, and the nice Zenith Blade connects. Xiaohu's waiting to connect to Shurima Shuffle here, but he can't get the damage in there. Crisp is way too deep and goes down anyways. Angel picked out by Xiaohu. Wei goes in and gets 12 flashes out and survives. And now this is picking season for Light as he's here to claim and help Shadow go down with the Shy's killing blow. The dragon goes to Weibo.
Oh, you could feel the desperation in that fight. NIP, they turn off the lights, but there's no Pop Blossom to follow. Weibo, they position correctly. I want to particularly shout out Light as well. Gets well away from Shadow with his flash, and suddenly the engager is completely toothless. Dragon goes down to Weibo. NIP don't get themselves soul point, and Weibo, they stabilize the objective game on both sides now. NIP in a very difficult spot.
Imagine having to face off against these two legends in the lane. Xiaohu and the Shy have been incredible pieces to Weibo's growth, but a star-studded roster would not be the same without these two guys. Weibo rising above the occasion and finding a lot of cohesion in the team fight as well. Invincible in the side lane. Not going to actually take the trade too heavily. I see a lot of bodies down here, and I was wondering if they just go all in. Grand Challenge has been issued, and they find the Shy in the side lane.
Just way too aggressive from the Shy. Can't pick up that wave, can't pick up that fight. Gonna lose a turret for it, and even though there's a significant gold deficit for NIP, they pick themselves up an objective bounty. Weber cross-map, they can take that top lane inner. And NIP, they still pick up the objective bounties. There's still a little worth for them, unless they lose this inhibitor tower. No one's responding to this. Nearly a good play for NIP, but now suddenly Baron has spawned Wei and crew. Because they pushed in the top side of the map so heavily, they have all the vision control. Shadow doesn't have ult, doesn't have flash, neither does Angel. They have no tools to fight this Baron.
Shadow was the savior. Can he be it now? Can he find the steal? He has been the litmus test, and if they can get this, it won't matter. Because the fact that Weibo have crossed their T's, they've dotted their I's. Playoffs, but whoever wins here will be the last team in contention for qualification to Worlds. So it adds that much more stress, that much more pressure. We'll see if Weibo crack under that as Angel's gonna hit that Pop Blossom, but misses it. You got the Paranoia Pop of Shadows way overextended. Crisp goes down as a bit of a distractionary tool, and they get the trade-off pick-off, but Xiaohu is right back to it. You'd think he'd be on Ziggs or Tristana at this point.
He's just doing what he needs to do. He has his crown in the side lane. He has a stopwatch. He's completely safe. Crisp dies, but that's exactly his job. Make sure that he's dying instead of a squishier, more high damage member than himself and Leona. Invincible is still in the top lane trying to cross map, but with the amount you're losing and with no wave clear or engaged tools, NIP are going to get crushed through the base.
They are literally just losing all of their base here at 22.5 minutes. This is destruction. And they're going to get grabbed. Maybe a little bit of a catch out the Shy. It goes down as well. We got the return potentially, though, as one big member in Photic is gone. That means they're turning right around, and there's that Shurima Shuffle we've been waiting for. They find everything they need. They find all the damage in game one. A triple kill for Light, who I said has been an incredible moment for this team, for Weibo in his addition from LNG. But Weibo have showed up. They are not consistently inconsistent. They'll find a dominant game one victory over NIP.
The Shadows are allies to Ninjas, but it is the Light which blows them away in game one. This bot lane difference was absolutely critical. Right from level one, suddenly. Angel
being down 30, 40 CS just out of lane and coming into it with not a lot of saying power.
So don't you tell me about
좋은 성적을 내기 위해서는 팀원들이, 저를 포함한 팀원들이 당연히 기본적인 실력을 가지고 있어야 되고, 당연히 기본적인 게임의 흐름이라든지 그 판단이라든지 뱀픽에 대한 이제 플레이 방식 당연히 다 있어야 되고, 이제 그거 이상으로 더 좋은 성적을 내기 위해서는 위험을 감수할 수 있는 이제 리스크를 짊어질 수 있는 플레이가 필요하다고 생각하는데 이제 그 부분은 노력을 해봐야죠. 뭐 노력을 안 되는 걸 수도 있고 딱히 할 말은 없고 졌다는 거는 저희가 실수해서 졌다고 생각해서 저희 플레이만 잘 바꾼다면은 이길 거라고 생각합니다. 정말 많은 것들이 있겠지만 간단히 말한다면은 5판 3선은 이제 운으로 결정되지 않고 3판 2선은 운으로 충분히 결정될 수 있다고 생각해요. 성격이 다 좋은 것 같아. 그래서 나는 너무 좋고 지금까지 연습 열심히 하고 잘하고 있다고 생각하니까 좋은 결과를 낼 수 있다고 생각해서 잘했으면 좋겠다. 그냥 나는 우리 팀이 할 수 있는 거라든지 잘할 수 있는 부분들을 다 잘하고 좋은 플레이를 보여준 다음에 이제 마무리하고 싶어요.
Wasn't Shadow, it was Weiwei. He picks up our player of the game.
Exactly.
This Vi was haven't seen that much Kalista in the LPL, but with so many AD carries removed, he will be locked in. Start threatening these carries.
We saw in game one, it didn't go the way of an IP with this style composition. Weiwei versus Shadow. As we get into game number 3 between Weibo and NIP, let those gyos ring.
敌军还有30秒到达战场，碾碎他。
Have Light Kalista on the board, something we haven't seen a lot of, but
jungle
that
raid.
is going to be influencing this jungle skirmish that Weiwei is going for very early. The level 2 that he's looking to take on a Shadow with that priority bot lane might just go his way.
Okay, but what did Shadow level? Because if he's leveled his spell shield, he might have mind gamed this and you can stop the Weiwei Vi-Q coming through. But this is the thing about Kalista. Kalista almost always gets
Exactly.
bot lane shove. It allows you to push in. This reminds me of what Photic and Joao would do on Kalista Renata last year on V5. Shadow is alone in his jungle.
There's nothing that you can do as well. Chris stepping up here. Weiwei should be able to take away this blue buff. You get the crash down. Actually, Shadow, you overextended in the spell shield as well as the flash going to come through, but he might still die as those spears are ripped from his body. It's Light that gets first blood. As Shadow has been taken out, there's nowhere to hide for the ninjas. And Weibo actually with Angel's help might get something back here, but it's Xiao who steps up. The Emperor has arrived, and everyone should bow to the knees. Angel goes down 2, and Light is 2-0. I'm getting a little bit of deja vu here, Nymera.
A lot of Kalista Renata. And Kalista Rel, similar kind of take over the lane because you threaten the kill so much. You get to go onto the wave and just kind of run away with it. Invincible's jumping forward. Weiwei's up here too. Doesn't have flash. Might still be able to get a kill.
Oh my goodness, the buffer there from the Shy. Invincible has to flash. Q3 will not be available for the Shy, but they will revisit that. Look at this crash here as well. The flash burn.
Fights the game. I don't think it's going to get any better. Weibo, they're in such firm control of this game. NIP, it is on them to pick off an isolated target. And much like in game 1, try as they might, it's going to be very difficult, but they have to find a way to pick off someone from the Weibo team so they can get some vision and control back.
And if we look back at game number 1, it was something where, you know, they combined really nicely for NIP to get those early dragon stack, and they're trying to build towards something. But right now, Weibo is literally building bodies. As here we go, Light another kill, 3-0. And the fact that Weibo just consistently are finding the picks on bot lane.
At this point, I feel like Shadow should rename to Sonic to the speed at which NIP is running it down through the spot side of the map, because like
God.
this is just utterly disturbing. Like, what do you do at this point? I mean,
You know that level from Sonic Adventures 2 where you're running down San Francisco and it's like a vertical run down, you're getting chased by the truck? Well, Weibo is the truck, and you're not passing this level at this point.
they're absolutely not. It's a huge item spike in its own right, because now Light gets to pick up the wave at tower. You can't dive him under tower. He gets to walk with his support in safety. And as long as he doesn't walk up with this wave, Weiwei will be on the bot side of the map in time to respond to a play. They need to stay closer together. There's a chance that there is an engage coming in through level 6 hit by Draw now. Weiwei's
All right,
close though.
when does he flip the light switch? We want to see the exact moment. Hey, there it is! They got the lights out and they're trying to take out Weibo. I don't know if they get that engage. The re-engage from Weibo, and here comes Weiwei. It is disastrous right now for NIP. The fans of the Ninjas in Pajamas need to look away because you just got wiped. 4 kills to Weibo.
Oh, back into the dark they go. The ninjas not successful with their
Oh my god,
assassination plot this
Invincible
time.
before. We'll actually make it all alive, but I want to look at this solo kill. The Invincible just gets taken to task here.
I think as soon as they know the ult's down bot side say, okay, Nocturne's going there. The Shy just says, okay, free ride. Push them into turret in the way that we've seen so much in this matchup. And Invincible completely oversteps it.
Continues to be consistent for them. It is a big lead for Weibo so shortly into the game, under 15 minutes.
chance
But
of an
Shadow
engage. Shadow
is
has
on a
ult.
flank here. He will be spotted out in the end, I believe, at the last second there. But Weibo looking for more, as they should, as trying to make sure that Light can get the second item here with a mid lane push.
So Nocturne ult is not that long range. They're going now though.
Oh, okay, Paranoia's popped. They got the combo. It started off an Angel, but a big Emperor's divided. Look who's on the back line. It's Weiwei within the Fates call to Crisp to get the lockdown. It is so hard to fight when you are this far behind early on. There's just no way. And Shadow all by himself should be able to make it out of this one.
Oh, he's gonna fight himself over the Hexscape, but does it get better from here? Crisp is on his own. You might be able to spot him out with a vision plan. Shadow will make his way out.
8,000 gold lead at 15 and a half minutes. This is a scrim game.
I think at this point NIP would have been asking for a remake right from the early levels. Shadow.
Do Weibo get baited by their overzealousness? That was the next question that was about to come up. Luckily they don't, and Weibo make it out.
And this is around second Herald. You know what we were talking about in regards to giving up a free mid lane out of turret if the second Herald goes down? That's happened now. NIP, they had their shot in the chamber, but it's reliant on their ultimates, and they don't land the killer blow. It's not a knockout. So the shadow boxing not going very well for NIP, and the actual boxing is going even worse. So the Herald goes down. Weibo will pick that up for themselves. You'd imagine that it's going to be mid lane turret.
You just fight until you can't. I think NIP might have taken that one a little bit too much to heart. I do love that they went back for this iteration, trying to get some correct execution from game number one that they didn't feel like went their way, but it has been this bot lane early on that makes everything so difficult. And now Angel is just completely caught here at the side. I don't even know if he'll have a chance. There's the Pop Blossom. They have a little bit of damage back. The Emperor's Divide from Xiaohu, though, and he's there to rip them apart. That's that Gnasher's Tooth. That's all that damage, while the Shy is pushing in an inhib tower in bot lane.
And once again, NIP, they try and find a fight away from the Kalista. Kalista's pushing mid lane. Not even that, but they don't need light.
Oh, Photic goes down. There was another solo kill. The Shy is taking down Invincible. A double kill goes to Weiwei, and it is open season for Weibo Gaming, and the prey is the ninjas in pajamas. Goodness, this is a heck of a lead, and it's a bounce back, like you said, from Weibo. We're going to take a look back at that solo bolo from the Giga Shy.
Make sure he's got the W channeled so the Counter-Strike doesn't get value out of it. So there's no CC. The Shy resets his cooldowns with the all-out, goes straight in. Really well played.
That just felt like a bully fight right there. His entire team is around him. Oh, goodness, that might be a little too deep. They're already on the inhib tower. It is down. You don't have defenses to fight under. But here comes Angel with the flank from nowhere. We'll see if he can pierce through and make it so. There's the Pop Blossom. There's the combo. The flash from Light. He's out of there, though, and immediately turned on its head. And that's just a big old bank being dropped on NIP. Invincible tries to find something, but it is a clean ace and a dominant resurgence from Weibo Gaming in this best of 5. They were angry, and they took it out on NIP. Game point, and that is 2-1 for Weibo.
They couldn't even take the first health bar of the AD carry. That was a perfect blueprint for how you use Kalista. Kate, take control of the first wave, walk into the enemy jungle, flip the jungle matchup, get yourself ahead. It's a great high roll for them. They get a load of kills moments, but like Xiaohu and the Shy, they've been really solid in game 1 and game 3.
The engager and a lot of that forward aggression being displayed from Chris.
And can answer the Leona too. And a Neela last pick.
Oh my god.
Really?
And as we get in game number 4, you had already said it. This is a potential last look. That's very interesting. We'll see how the top lane goes. Let those gyos ring one more time.
Recent history, I suppose. Kind of took him out as top lane, put him back into mid lane where he could deal with equally squishy mid laners.
They saw him.
Going to be
They
spotted on
saw
the way
him.
towards mid lane though. He knows they're here. How much? Wow,
Oh, wow. He still finds a Xiaohu with the shifting sands and towards Weiwei. Should be able to make it out of here. Angel's hard committing, and that might just be a turnaround from Weibo. This is a 2v2 fight that could mean so much for either side. Xiaohu, he's going to go down to first blood, and it goes straight to the shadows. Does end up stealing away the blue pretty quickly there as the Ivern. So actually getting a little bit back for Weibo.
Ivan's one of those champions with some of the weirdest pathing in the game. Invincible is up at a 1v2. He doesn't have an ignite either.
This is awkward. I don't know if Invincible can make it out of this one alive. He should just go down here. You do have Shadow on his way. They don't have the damage just yet. Flame Spitter
He's
with
using
that
the
proc and
Ivan
the heat
Rush.
up. He's going back. Oh my god, it gets taken out. Shadow looking for more though. You better start building some AP because the forest has come alive. Kills back and forth. 2 for Shadow as a whole in this game.
Probably would have managed that where we could get it anyway. Finding the boss.
That's a flash out from Photic down there in the bottom side. They still take the engage. This is a 3v2, but Shadow is on his way. If Weibo can take this out, though, Light can look for a first kill. Weiwei is the one that gets it, so second kill for the jungler of Weibo. Those Shadows looking for Light. Light doesn't really have a way out. Angel is here as well. Weibo just need to try to get out of here. The accelerated shock blast comes through. NIP trying to chase down Chris. He's just going to sacrifice his life, but look at the turnaround. It's not going to be there. Light overextended too. He gets the dash out though, and the turret shot gets him back. The Friends of the Forest take down Shadow.
Slipstream to safety. Neela gets out unharmed just about. Light, you can see the amount of really frustrating mobility this champion has. Photic, he's caught overextended again.
No.
How many charges does Light have? Light might be able to chase down.
The mobility that you have here on this Ivern is so crucial. And look at the lockdown. Light gets himself a kill. And Weibo, they found that bottom lane advantage that they have run away with in previous games. That's the biggest capitalization right there. Sometimes they need to have a little bit of help. Maybe we're
coming to shore. It's not an island.
Can we connect the bridge? Oh, there's the bridge. It's bringing Invincible straight to Weiwei. Got the equalizer being, flashed away from, as well as that Nature's Grasp from the Shy. So some trade backs. Not everything going to go too much, but heavy presence from both junglers in topside.
I think Invincible knows that the wave needs to get crashed. The Shy
is
still
here.
at the end of his ults.
Ooh, there's the flash out. Oh, that connected actually in Shadow. He's looking to go back in as well. He doesn't really have any tools available. Invincible trying to get out. Chris with the flank. Solar Flare. That is not going to be enough for NIP to find anything. The beautiful. Oh, he gets him. The tower shot back. Shadow gets a third kill, but it is devastation still being wrought by Weibo.
Jace turns out towards top lane to clear up at least the mess of this last minion wave, but Weibo once again really getting value out of this Ivern. Weiwei, and particularly Daisy in that fight, got so much value. People forget how much damage that ultimate does nowadays, especially with the Aerie being procced over and over. Daisy can really put out significant damage, and I think NIP, once again, just overestimating themselves against this champion in the jungle. At least they get themselves a Herald after this. That's a response, and I don't think Weibo are in position to stop it right now. What ultimates do they have? They don't have the Solar Flare. They don't have the all out. They don't have position. That's a bad reset.
Oh, no. Oh, NIP, got to get out of here. You have to get out of here. Escape while you can. Maybe they turn it around. A reset city for Photic could be the call. They get Crisp down, and that means that Photic's excited. He'll be taking to take down. Nature's Grass comes through, and they find Xiaohu. Maybe he wanted this fight all along. As a double kill to Angel. It was all a bait. And now this team cup is starting to fire up.
Invincible doesn't even have to use anything for that. He doesn't have his ultimate up, doesn't have to blow a flash because he doesn't have that one either. Shadow looking to return the favor.
Oh my goodness, that was so clutch. Shadow still might die though. The Nature's Grasp not enough. It looked real good at first. It doesn't matter because the follow-up is too clean. And a kill goes right into Light's pocket. And that's Dragon number 2 for Weibo.
Xiaohu maybe a little bit annoyed by that first blood death. Potentially the one around the Herald as well. Gets himself some payback at least. Photic gets some vision. But trying to engage into the bushes, it's very difficult because you don't always have the auto attack
They
vision.
have the equalizer here.
Because Ivan gets to starve it out.
They have a lot of poke. That's the strength of this composition from NIP, though. That is why they were so keen on drafting this, because we see so much control from a distance. You have the saplings, you have the accelerated shock blast, you have the threat of the equalizer coming down anytime, and then you throw in the Mega Death Rocket there as well the entire time. I think NIP have gotten a much more stable composition to execute here for game number 4. They will end up utilizing that Rift Herald in mid lane.
And I love that it is a more stable game and more stable compositions, because it felt like in the first 3 games, we never got to see even team fights. We've barely seen team fights in general, because one team has exploded early game. NIP.
I will say though, again, 4th game in a row they get first turret. I'll see if that consistency remains there. Photic will burn that cleanse. There's the TP as a response. Jwo flashing away. Photic doesn't really have an exit strategy, and that seeded blade won't be headbutted away, and the immediate flash response means Photic is left out in the dust.
I think Photic just had to flash early. I think he greeted that. He went upwards into the river. Maybe he could have joined his team by flashing down over the wall. Chris makes the most of it. Yeah, needs to stack that one just up. Itemization is going to be very key in these next few fights, though. Weibo, I think they're at a good point of power.
They are. They do have the charge coming their way, though. Won't be able to take the turret just yet. Daisy is in full force. We do have to look TP from Xiaohu. Oh my god, this could be the biggest flake. This could be the trendsetter for Weibo. Solar Flare goes wide, and that means Xiaohu should probably back away now. Unless they can try and catch Photic. They don't know he's here. They will catch him out. Photic, he gets pushed back, and that's the pickoff you expect from the Emperor of Shurima. A big kill to light, but the Shy is caught on the side. It is a response in that Dustblade proc for Angel.
Xiaohu tries his best to make the miracle play, but NIP, they slap back quickly, so they get something back. Dragon now has spawned one of the frontliners down for Weibo, and with no Solar Flare and no flash on the Leona, I think it's harder for Weibo to fight this than you might otherwise think. Normally losing an AD carry, that's the end of your team fight. NIP, they're not backing off fully just yet. They're sticking around. They have Equalizer, and Photic is alive with the ultimate. Can contribute from a long range in base.
They have so much strength here. They have so much strength in these positions. This is literally what I was talking about. Equalizer is here. You have the saplings who are going to start putting in work, but the shock blasts have arrived. TP on the side, the Shy. Gotta be careful. Let's take one to the back. Photic has revived and come back here. NIP forcing themselves into this one. Crisp on the side, can't find an Equalizer on the exit of Weibo, but look at the Shy. He's found a flank. I don't know if Weibo can close the trap jaws just yet. The Dragon does reset here, Nightmare.
But you can see how Weibo, they're trying to corral NIP into the same space, see how much they can get from flanks, but they don't have Daisy now. They're playing around bushes. Their temporary frontline of the Ivan ultimate being gone does mean a lot. Jwo, he has his own temporary frontline in his ultimate, but not the most HP to use it. It's a tense situation, Mazal.
They're going to try to get in here. These big engages can be the difference maker. Jwo will pop the Unbreakable. There's the Nature's Grasp as well. If they can get out of this one, Weibo have a good chance. Solar Flare comes back in. Photic has used that cleanse, but Invincible will man-mark the Shy. Dragon given over to Weibo.
Close run stuff on the Super Mega Death Rocket, but not enough. Weibo, they're not going to get a weak side against the Snowball matchup that got an early kill. In this game, it has mainly been the case of his own over-aggressive plays. We've got a big fight, light caught out.
Speaking of aggression, NIP will find Crisp caught out in transition. Baron has just spawned, but NIP are looking at mid lane turrets here to make some gold.
I think if they get mid lane turret, that's a pretty big win for them. Again, they couldn't quite manage it with the double heralds, but they took it low enough to get it free for now. So, how much will that help?
Now we'll actually see some push coming through from NIP in mid lane. They're going to TP Invincible here as well and get point and center for this potential Weibo Dragon Soul point.
NIP have won the fights where they're in the river first, so they're trying to force that. That's why the teleport comes out early. You need that Equalizer here as soon as possible. Vision line blocked though from Weibo. You don't see the Fog of War right now, but those bushes are so hard to fight into. Solar Flare lands.
Flare onto Angel. Nature's Grass comes right back out there. Daisy is already gone, so big member out of the fight for Weibo. Crisp tanking all that damage to the face. But Xiaohu, look at him. He's trying to find that angle. He's trying to find that Shurima shuffle on the side. The Redemption actually does so much work there. And the Shy feeling zealous now with the healing at his back. Weibo just poking and prodding wherever they can. Engage denied. Light tried to go in there. Tried to get the big pop, but Apotheosis, it heals up a decent amount. Crisp on the the other side. He goes out, and Photic is excited now. You gotta watch out for the man that has almost 40% of his team's damage. Xiaohu cannot be stopped. Is he's gonna go golden here? Photic wants another one. No, it's Shadow who ends up putting a halt to the Emperor's plans. And NIP goes straight to Baron.
Xiaohu's ult was just too late. Weibo, they try to engage into NIP, and that is exactly what they have wanted all along. There's one tree left standing from the Weibo forest. He's trying to find any way into the pit. I mean, Weiwei can't get into the pit. He has himself flashed, but he's never going to be allowed close to it.
He's doing so much damage right now. He's going to kill Invincible. Oh my god, no way. Daisy! Daisy! Oh, Weiwei gets the kill. You got Photic still taking down the Baron. Weiwei, he's there, 2,000 health. He doesn't have Smite though, so there's no way he can take that objective. It will be the Baron to NIP, but they'll be lacking one purple cape.
You don't have to be stood within the radius. It's actually just a very long range. It's about the enemies you hit within it, but Light couldn't get enough value in it, so we consistently denied access to that fight. Now the siege comes on with the Baron buff.
Oh my goodness. I see the flank. I see it happening over and over again. Emperor's divide into the Wombo. Apotheosis this time. The pull-off is easy. And Weibo, they pick apart NIP. There's nothing left, Shuo. You might have had some big headbutt pulverizes, but you'll be cut up into some ground beef.
Weibo, your Emperor has arrived. Azir Shuffle makes the killer blow. Late game Weibo, they stick their heads up high, and even against the Baron, I think they might even be able to take an inhib. I don't think this is the end of the game, but it is an extension beyond what NIP wanted. They overpushed, Weibo punished.
Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. This man finds these incredible flanks. He immediately goes to the side lane trying to capitalize on every moment, and that is an inhib tower down. Great capitalization from Weibo. An unfortunate mistiming death cap completed for Xiaohu. He might be 1-3-6, but the man, the Emperor that he has molded into in this series is nothing but greatness waiting on his doorstep. You have the Emperor's divide there as well, and push back Photic. That is a death knell, and that could just be a huge haymaker to NIP. Chris lands too. Zhuo is there, but you got the TP coming in. That's Angel, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They don't have much damage left now that Photic is gone. Accelerated Shock Blast is there, but they already found Zhuo, and they're still picking apart NIP. The Shyest found Angel too, and a double kill for Light. Can he find a third? They're going to push down the mid lane though, and Shadow's just trying to clear the wave.
Xiaohu has done it again. What can't this man from the mid lane do? Don't tell him it's not Spring. He's playing as though he is the Emperor of Spring, but in Summer. Photic cannot stand and fight. That flash being down has been absolutely critical, and once again NIP, they try and find themselves control in a lane. A flank is found in NIP, they fall apart. Angel's not at the fight, they can't stand their ground well enough, and the game once again continues, but each time this happens, it feels like Weibo find another way to stop NIP finding the best result out of their team composition.
This is a soul, an ocean soul to boot, going to Weibo at 33-45. And don't think the steal. Oh, nobody's in range to get hit by
Weibo, they have themselves the Ocean Soul now. That extra ability to shrug off poke is going to be so damn annoying for ninjas in pajamas. I think that might be the straw which breaks the camel's back, or in this case, the ninjas. Turret starting to fire off. That Sun Disc put up to establish territory, and there are so many items now from Weibo. 20 stacks on the Medjais for Weiwei, who has not died on this Ivern. What a great game he's had here from the jungle. Can he see it out, though? Baron started.
Baron is up. Xiaohu on the flank yet again. He has the Sun Disc there, shining some light. Nature's Grasp, the equalizer. There's the combo from NIP, but you have to watch Xiaohu. Light goes in, Apotheosis, and the Emperor's Divide. Everyone going ham for Weibo, and there ain't nobody left to even speak their name for NIP. Zhuo is cut down to the burgers that he's always been, and Weibo, they find the fight and the final nail in the coffin of NIP.
They're not in pajamas anymore, they're in their graves. NIP, their story ends here. 3-1 to Weibo Gaming, and it is all off the back of miracle plays from the Emperor of the mid lane.
They could have tried to make the miracle run, but Weibo wanted a date with LNG. Light wanted a date with his old team, and they show some consistency as they take a 3-1 victory. Weibo Gaming are your winners of this round 2 matchup, and they will confidently stride into round number 3.
How terrifying is it to look across the rift at Weibo in late game? They've had their laning issues, they've had their side laning issues, and sometimes their macro goes a bit awry when they're not ahead in the game. But you hit that hyper late game spot, and it's all about these tricky angles, playing around the flanks. Who better than to rely on than the player that's done it best across history, Xiaohu. This is his style of League of Legends. When he's won international tournaments, he's been through stuff like this. He's done this against the very best players in the world. He'll certainly do it in LPL playoffs. And those plays back-to-back, don't look at his KDA. The KDA is not the indicator here. He made the plays which won this game. He wasn't relied on for the entirety of this series. Light, I think, is probably going to walk away as my series MVP. But Xiaohu in that last game was absolutely the difference maker.
Xiaohu on the Emperor of Shurima. What a better duo you could ask for. The fact that he was able to have this pick so consistently in this series, backed up by the strength and the power that Light was bringing. We got the Kalista, we got the Neela. This team has been functioning so well in this playoff series. This was the first time we got to see them in these playoffs, and we were looking for consistency. I would say maybe go back to the they out-executed when it mattered, and it was Xiaohu who literally had like the Emperor of Shurima.
Yeah, no one's asking Xiao who he is. We absolutely know this guy's name. Gets himself a playoff MVP, and what a game that was.